Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. We have our longtime friend in the studio, Sean Boyd. He is the artistic director for the Trinity Theatre Company. How you doing, Sean?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Well, listen, the energy has already exploded in the studio. You've brought in three of your very talented actors in the theater. We're going to hear from all of them. Before we do that, I want to introduce my co-host, Sophia Lee. She is a filmmaker, an award-winning filmmaker. Let me add to that as well. She'll be an incoming freshman at UC Berkeley, and she's been co-hosted a whole bunch of my spotlight shows. Doing it so well that I think she's probably going to take over the mic from me sooner than later. So would you like to do that?
Oh, I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, that's right, because you got to go to school. That's right, exactly. Sophia, I know you have a question for Sean.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the mission of Trinity Theatre Company.
Sure. So Trinity Theatre Company was started in 2012 under the ideas of unifying friends, family, and the community through the performing arts.
And how long have you been in business, you said?
So since 2012, I was a senior in high school at San Diego High. So it's a local business through and through. And we're thrilled with the growth and the continued journey for our new young artists.
No, it's fantastic. And your brother's involved, is he not?
He is. He is our technical director, helps with all the sets, lights, sound, and just generally making sure I don't lose it.
I understand. Now, did you guys start this collectively, or did he come on a little bit later?
A little bit later. My brother's 2 years younger than I, and we had close friends in high school that really kind of had this very similar path in life, except their passion was finance and economics. And so my best friend and I said, let's do this. Let's do this. You've got the business side, I've got the artsy side, and we'll make something happen out of it.
Right. And you talk about your background in education as well.
Yeah. So I do have my master's in education. I do have a teaching credential. I've been working as a classroom teacher for 5 years, and I love it. I think that it's fantastic. My wife is also a classroom teacher of 8 years with fourth grade students, also a master's. And I think that guides everything that we do.
So where's your, are you both fourth grade teachers?
I was middle school. She's fourth grade.
Okay, and what school?
She was at the Classical Academy.
Oh, okay, yeah. My daughter's a fourth grade teacher at Chaparral Elementary in the Poway School District.
All right,
so shout out to all the teachers in that aspect over here. So I'm going to turn it over to Marley, okay? And so Marley, talk about why you like working with Sean in Trinity Theatre.
So Trinity Theatre is amazing because it's not just like they're teaching you, but they're really nice and kind to you, and they really help you with acting.
Right. I want to bring up something that I think is so important, that sometimes you hear these stories about artistic directors. Of course, we know Sean is the nicest guy in the world over here, but some can be tough and rough. But you said something really interesting. They're nice and kind. Does that make it easier for you to be an actor?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's good to have hard directors because then you can learn from them. But if you have directors that are kind, you feel like you're doing a good job.
So how would you consider, where would you put Sean? Is Sean a kind director?
Yeah.
Right, exactly, over here. Sean, let me ask you this question. Have you ever had not so too kind directors?
You know, I think every director I've ever worked with has been guided by the intent of putting on good art. The methodologies in which we do that are not always compatible with what I feel. And so, yes, I've had harder directors, but I do believe that that's always been guided by its art.
Yeah. Okay. A very diplomatic answer over here. We should get you in charge of PR for. Of course, you wear all the hats, of course, in this area. So, Daisy, you've been acting for how long?
Since third grade. So, like 3 years. 3 years.
What got you into acting? Did your mom? Did your dad? Did the sisters like it, or you said, you know what? I'm just doing this on my own.
So my parents like nobody likes it in my family except for me and my cousins.
Okay, very, very good. Because you guys like it more than your parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think they would agree with that?
Yeah. My mom and dad never did any theater.
Okay, very good. Well, that's okay, but they can still like it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so what do you like most about theater?
I like how you can just kind of get to play different parts. Like you can like play a really excited part, or you can be someone who's like a little more calm, you know?
Right. What is your favorite part? Do you like to be excited? Do you like to be calm? Do you like to be tough? Do you like to be giggly? What do you like the best?
One of my favorite parts was probably playing FDR and Annie. So that's kind of a more reserved part, but it was still really fun.
Right. And was it hard to study that part?
I did kind of learn a lot about FDR, so that was a fun part of it.
Right, exactly. So, Sophia, I know you've been behind the camera. Okay. Have you been in front of it?
I have.
Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think acting is a great exercise in empathy. You had to learn about FDR. I can't imagine playing him, but that's incredible. Yeah, do you guys feel like acting has increased your empathy, or has it shown you new things about the world that you wouldn't have known otherwise?
Yeah, I got to in Annie, we got to learn about the messages in each show. So in Annie, it was kind of like hope.
Great. Okay, we're going to go over to your sister now, Tessa. So, how good of an actor is Daisy? Is she good?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. What do you like most about what Daisy does when she acts?
It's just normally the parts she gets are really fitting for her. So it's always really funny.
So it's okay. So, how about you? Do you like to do the fun parts? Do you like to do the serious parts? What do you like?
That's hard. I really like both of them, but I'd say I like funny parts.
Right, exactly. So do you like to tell jokes? Are you a comedian? Sort of?
Kind
Good. Okay. What are some of the favorite plays that you have performed in?
Probably most of my recent ones like Frozen, Annie, and Anastasia.
Okay, very good. And what role did you play in Annie?
I was actually the star Annie. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. That's a pretty good role over there. Was it hard for you to do that, to be the star?
Yeah, it took a lot of work.
And what was the toughest part about it?
Probably memorizing all the lines.
So that is not easy to do then, correct?
No.
How do you overcome that? How do you get so good at memorizing lines?
Just practicing every day and rehearsing them.
Right. And do you rehearse with Daisy and your mom and dad?
Mostly with Daisy and my cousins.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And are your cousins also?
Yeah.
That's right. This is a whole family affair, then, is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that sounds good. We are chatting with some just wonderful protege actors as part of the Trinity Theatre Company, joined by Sean Boyd. He's the artistic director. We got Daisy Dorfman. We got Tessa Dorfman. We got Marley Thang. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Spotlight on the Community Show. We've been around for quite a while now. We are the nation's longest running community podcast in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things for people in San Diego County, whether it's food insecurity or whether it's the arts or whether it's, you name it, they're involved financial literacy, joined by my co-host. She is an award-winning filmmaker, Sophia Lee. She'll be going to UC Berkeley in the fall. So, Sophia, what other questions do you have for Sean or our absolutely talented actors?
Yeah, so Trinity Theatre Co. sounds like an amazing company, but if I'm a parent in San Diego trying to sign my kids up for acting classes or musical theater courses or sessions, what makes Trinity Theatre Co. stand out?
Yeah, so I love what we do at Trinity Theatre, and that's a great question of why us over the others. There are amazing theaters throughout this entire county. I think a great example is, in fact, the Cuzzies that are all doing this show together, that they are a very much a family unit. I've seen nothing but tremendous growth from all 4 of them, as well as Marley sitting on my right here, that they really use the arts not just to have fun, which is first and foremost what we do. We get to have fun in summer camps, but reading literacy is improved Daisy has always been incredibly brilliant and talented, but was one that we just roped in a week ago because we knew, hey, you can master Shakespeare in a week, right? And
Wow.
she did, and had it memorized fully as an understudy for a performance. And the remarkable need of that grasp of the English language is not lost on us. And I think that's something that Daisy has exemplified through our programming.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of the educational benefits, how do you think it helps to maybe have a foundation for teamwork or emotional empathy? How does that affect kids growing up?
Absolutely. So we know, especially post-pandemic, that there's been a need for more social environments that coming together, creating something for the common good. It gives us all this added value towards our community, and it makes us feel better. So when we do create a show, when we're Annie and FDR and ensemble members coming together for that same collective story, we're unified, we're united, and we can go further with the messages, the stories that we tell.
Yeah, before I turn it over for a question for Marley, Sean, now be honest. You always are honest anyway. Harder or easier to work with the young folks that are sitting in the studio, or people like me, fossils like me?
Oh, absolutely. Diplomatic answer. Everyone's so different and everything. They are both such an incredible joy, but I will be honest. I find that young people have the want to learn and do better. One of Trinity's core values is steadfast learning, that we acknowledge what we don't know and our willingness to do better tomorrow. And I think that our young artists especially grasp that and understand that we don't know all of the answers today, and we don't know the perfect practice for theater today. So let's keep learning.
Well, listen, that's the whole recipe for a long and healthy and successful life. Never stop learning until you're no longer with us on that aspect. So Marley, be thinking about this when we come back from break, and I'm going to ask the same question of Daisy and Tessa as well. Think about your next step. Would you like to be a director? And if you are a director, what play would you like to direct? When we return with our friends from Trinity Theatre Company, Sean Boyd, artistic director, joined by his very talented group of actors, Marley, Tessa, and Daisy. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show. We're in our 19th year, longest running community podcast in the nation, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things, joined by my phenomenally talented co-host, award-winning filmmaker Sophia Lee, who will be attending UC Berkeley in the fall. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Just always cool when we see Sean Boyd in the house. Sean is the artistic director for Trinity Theatre Company, always bringing something new to the dance. Our Spotlight shows sponsored by Mission Fed Credit Union, 6 decades of doing great things in the community. Honored to be joined by my co-host, award-winning filmmaker Sophia Lee. She's an incoming friend freshman at UC Berkeley. Okay, so Marley, I gave you a whole couple minutes to think about this, okay? So if you were to be a director and you could direct any play you'd like, what play would that be?
If I was a director, I would probably direct Matilda the musical.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been in Matilda the musical?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and what role did you play Matilda?
I was Lavender.
Okay, Lavender. Okay, very good. I guess I got bone up on my work here and figure out who Lavender was in this. It's a homework for me. What would you do differently as a director than maybe as you were as an actor?
Well, if I was a director, I would give the actors like some directions and then let them kind of find out their character themselves too.
Nice. I bet that's a good recipe for being a good director, correct?
Yeah.
Now, so I know you got a lot more learning to do in school and theater and all that business. But have you ever thought about once you've finished high school and you've gone to college and now, would you want to stay in this profession? Would you want to become an actor, a director, a producer, a writer?
I'd want to stay as an actor because I really some people don't like all the attention, like people watching you, but I love being on stage.
Very good. By the way, you're doing great on the podcast. How many podcasts have you done?
This is my first.
No, seriously. How many have you done?
My first.
Oh, my goodness. How poised. All right, Daisy, you're up on this one. You heard the answer from Marley. You're now a director, and you can direct any performance you'd like. What would it be?
I was actually thinking Matilda too because that was the first musical that I ever did with Trinity.
Okay, exactly. So you heard how, Marley was directed. How would you direct it?
I think it would be kind of hard because as an actor, I'm used to figuring out my character, but as a director, you have to let the actors do that for themselves. So yeah, same as Marley, let them have a little freedom, but also help them if they need help.
Very, very good. Okay, Tessa, you're up here. So you're now a director. She can choose any theater show, performance, or anything you'd like to direct. What would it be?
Probably Seussical.
Okay, Seussical the musical. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and why is that?
Just sounds really fun. And I think I could let the actors have a really good time while also learning things.
Right. Now, do you play an instrument yourself? Do you sing?
Yeah.
And do you play an instrument at all? Sort of?
I kind of play the recorder.
Yeah, I think you probably played very, very well in that aspect of it. So, Seussical musical, how many times have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Oh, okay. How do you know about it then?
I was in it once as a school production with Trinity.
Okay, very, very good. And what role did you play?
I was Thing 2.
Thing 2. All right,
yeah.
Good. Who was Thing 1? Was that your sister?
No.
Okay.
Actually, one of my friends, Lila, she was Thing 1.
Oh, she's Thing 1? Okay.
Yeah.
How did you like being Thing 2?
Yeah, it was really fun.
What was cool about being Thing 2?
Just you kind of have a relationship with Thing 1, but you also get freedom, and it's your own part.
Oh, that sounds good. Sophia, have you seen Seussical, the musical?
I have not.
But I know you have a question.
Yes, I do. So I think all of you have really mentioned being able to be independent as an actor and figure out your characters for yourselves or to have that freedom to do so. It's just great hearing that this program is inspiring independence and confidence in young women. It sounds really, really corny, but it makes me really happy to see. And then separately, coming from a film aspect, because my background is in film acting, which is, of course, as you know, very different than stage acting. Stage acting lets you be more dramatic. How do you feel that this lets you creatively express yourself or emotionally express yourself? I know that acting is an outlet for at least a lot of my friends.
I'm going to let these young actors answer that question because I think it's great, and they're the ones that are going to have that insight. But I had a couple of thoughts first that I just needed to share. I love that Tessa shares this excitement about Seussical. Seussical is this musical it's fun. It's Dr. Seuss, and it's one that we push to our schools often. And our teaching artists actually got together over the past week, and we're producing it this weekend with our adults for our young audiences. So if Tessa wants to come see Mr. Sean come play Horton, the elephant, we're doing that this week. And I think it's really awesome because we find that same kind of joy. And as you're saying, letting them be creative, letting them have fun. Adults want that too. And it's really kind of fun and special to bring it together. I also don't think the question's corny at all. I mean, the reality is we all want a better community. We want a better society. And if we hide from questions because we think that they're not relevant, how are we supposed to get better? So I love the question. I think it's exciting, and I want to pass it to the young ladies next to me to actually answer it.
Who wants to go first? You want to go first on that one, Marley? No? Okay. How about you, Tessa? Or do you want to go, Daisy? I think we're going to give Daisy a shot at that. You want her, Sophia to repeat the question?
No, I think I got it.
Very good.
So off stage, I'm like kind of shy when I'm making friends or meeting new people, because like I get sort of embarrassed sometimes. But on stage, I get to be someone who's like not myself. So I feel a little more comfortable because I have like time to figure out who they are. And that just like lets me have like, I don't get like scared in front of audiences because I'm like being someone who's something else.
So I like that. So let me ask you this. I'm going to turn this over to Marley. Okay. So Marley, and then think about this too, Daisy, and you too, Tessa. Okay. Because I'm going to ask you the same question. You have now been promoted to the official spokesperson for Trinity Theatre Company, which means you're going to be interviewed by, people on, network news and ABC, all the famous, anchors and all this. And the question they're going to ask you is, you now have to convince folks your age to join Trinity Theatre Company. What would you say?
I would say, I think you should join Trinity Theatre Company because if you don't feel comfortable on stage, they have summer camps, and that's an easy place to start because you can learn and make friends, and it's not that big of a show. So, yeah.
Yeah. And so have you been in summer camps?
Yeah. Me and Tessa actually have a showcase for Little Mermaid for the summer camp after this.
Really? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what role are you playing?
I'm Flounder.
Okay. We're going to get to you in a second on that, Tessa. Okay. That is great advice. Okay. Daisy, you're up. By the way, Sean, I hope you have an opening for a PR director because I think Marley, she's going to have to compete with Daisy and Tessa as well. So now you're being interviewed. You're on national news. Everybody around the country, and since it's broadcast on the internet around the world, are going to hear why you would convince someone to get involved with Trinity Theatre Company.
So I've done a couple other theater companies since I've been doing theater. And like in the other theater companies, you put on a show and it's a good show. But I think Trinity is special because not only does it teach you to put on an amazing performance, but also it teaches you acting skills. So like that can also help like grow your acting abilities.
Right. Do they have a pretty good artistic director at Trinity?
Yeah.
They do. Okay, good. He has a pretty good brother that works there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's terrific. Okay, Tessa, before we get to your role at Little Mermaid, what would you do to convince people to get involved with Trinity Theatre Company?
I would probably say like that it's like different from other theater companies because some theater companies, like they're very soft and they focus on like set, but they don't really focus on improving your acting skills. And some other theater companies are like strict and they really only want the show to look like perfect. But for Trinity Theatre Company, then it's like they want the show to be good, but they also want you to enjoy it and you to like learn.
I got to tell you something, Sean. If you don't use these 3 clips on your website to talk about why you should join, my goodness, you've missed the boat. And I know you're already thinking about where you're going to take this interview and slice and dice it. Am I correct?
Oh, absolutely. These 3 are just incredible models for the company, and it's fun to me that I keep hearing these words of kindness and thank you because I'm sitting right next to you and you don't have to say it, but I love hearing it.
No, that's great. All right, so Marley's playing Flounder, Tessa, and what role are you playing?
Ariel.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Okay. Now, do you have to change costume at all? Do you have to she has red hair, right? Is that correct, Ariel? No?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Exactly. So what are you excited about most about that role?
Probably just having fun with like just the part, just like experiencing what it's like.
Right, exactly. Sean, as we wrap up here, first of all, thank you so much for bringing these 3 young, talented, bright, future leaders in our community, because that's what they're going to be.
It's
obviously.
my pleasure.
There's no question. What can we do to support your efforts?
Thank you. Yeah. So the easiest way to get involved with Trinity Theatre Company is to go to our website, www.trinityttc.org. I think we strongly believe that every person that wants to be part of the theater should be part of the theater. That's as young as now, thanks to our partnerships with libraries, that's as young as 0. And our oldest program participant currently is 95. So we really do run the full gamut of participation, and we want people to get involved. So do show up. These programs, we make them as accessible as possible, and we're always looking for people to help us with, and we're looking for donors of time, talent, treasure. So that's not, of course, we'll take your money if you want to give it, but it's really, we want the time, we want your company, we want your presence, because that makes a world of difference to the theater and the community we build.
Well, listen, congratulations on your upward trajectory. You've been coming on the show for a while with your brother, and it's always a delight to have you in here. So, Daisy and Tessa and Marley, it was our honor to have you on. I will guarantee this will not be the last time that you'll be on. We always say this on this show. Basically, it's we knew you went. So we can be able to say with Marley and Daisy and Tessa, you know what? I know she's accepting the Tony Award, or she's accepting an Academy Award because she's was in a play or a film that Sophia was directing. We can say that we knew you when. Wishing all of you and your families nothing but just a wonderful summer. Have fun with Little Mermaid and everything in between. Enjoy everything you're doing. Sean, keep on coming on our show. Don't get tired of us.
Always. No, thank you. Thank you for providing this platform for the young artists and for all of our artists. It's always a blast to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean Boyd is the Artistic Director for Trinity Theatre Company. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast in our 19th year, brought to you by the amazing folks at Mission Fed Credit Union. 6 decades of doing great things for people in San Diego County. As always, thank you, Sophia Lee, co-host, award-winning filmmaker, incoming freshman at UC Berkeley. And to our audience, we hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.